2, 1. Hello, romance Ashley Collins, aka the Aunt of Dragons. We're going for another round. Oh, that was so punny. I meant to do that on purpose. We're going for another round, and I have one of the coaches for the fighters for LeLeo Code's Winter Fight Festival, Winter Fight Fest. If you could please introduce us to yourself.
Hey, I'm Vince McGuinness. I am the head coach to Josh Mack and RJ Williams, and the owner and head coach at Kaizen.
Yeah, I met Josh. He's so cool.
Oh, cool.
Super disciplined, very disciplined. So, we to start off with the cliche question: what got you into martial arts?
I was playing basketball in high school, and once I graduated, I wasn't going to be able to move on to like college or anything. So I just kind of wanted to stay in shape. I found like a local Caltas that had like a boxing program. So I signed up for that boxing program. I started boxing, and then yeah, that's basically how it started.
How did you transition from you competing yourself to owning your own gym?
I think like towards the tail end of my professional, it's like always something that I wanted to do. Basically, I kind of like knew that going into it. I was coaching throughout the last segment of my professional career. I was really coaching throughout my entire career, but like running my own program basically throughout the last few fights out of my professional career. And then towards the tail end, when it was pretty clear that I wasn't gonna like get to the UFC or like become a champion or anything, I kind of decided I'd be better off just coaching full time and focusing on this. And then I opened up Kaizen in 2019.
I apologize about that. Keep going.
That was it. Just that I opened up in 2019. I've been like running the gym full time and coaching full time since then.
That's gonna be exhausting. Or is it more like you find that you're so happy to get up every day that you don't feel exhausted?
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy it. It's super busy. I wouldn't say it's harder than being a professional fighter, but it's definitely it's more work. Like I have less downtime.
Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on, but you were saying you really enjoy it.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. And it's not necessarily harder than being a professional fighter, but it's a lot more work. Like I have less downtime. It's just kind of busier.
Yeah. True. So what are you doing specifically to prepare your fighters for this upcoming event?
So basically the same thing that we do to prepare anyone for any fight. For me and my fighters, it's like a lot of one-on-one training, a lot of one-on-one attention. At this stage in the game, you don't know a whole lot about their opponents, so we're really just focusing on them and how they can get better and the areas that they need to improve on.
So this is something that I've been trying to juggle with myself as I try to take on more leadership positions. How do you gain respect without being a monster?
Yeah, I think that they have to trust you. They have to
Yeah.
understand and know that you want what's best for them and that they kind of come for. And that's really the thing as like a coach. I think that it's really important to like put your athletes first, that they have to come first and they have to feel that and know that. And whatever you're asking of them, you kind of got to be there too. So like I ask a lot of my athletes, we do one-on-one training 5 days a week. Those sessions are like 45 minutes to an hour, and that's kind of on top of the classes that they're already taking. So that's kind of a lot. That's a pretty big load. But because I'm there with them and I'm going through it along with them, I think it's a little bit easier for them to digest it and for them to show up.
That's true. I didn't consider that. Why did you name your gym Kaizen?
I was like racking my brain to come up with a good name, and the Japanese do such a great job of condensing meaning into one-word phrases. And when I came across Kaizen, it like roughly translates to continuous improvement, and like that's what we're kind of doing here as martial artists.
Continuous improvement. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so it is Christmas time. What is a gift that you remember from your childhood that you'll never forget?
When I was in middle school, I think the PlayStation 2 had just come out, and it was all everyone was trying to get a hold of and talk about, and all my friends were talking about. And basically it was sold out everywhere. And somehow my aunt was able to get me the PlayStation 2. And that was probably my best gift of my childhood.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. Okay, so now present tense as an adult, what's something that you really, really want?
I think right now it's just like I'm trying to think of. There's really no gifts that I'm like asking for or really want. Just like it's just nice around the holidays to just take some time off a little bit and just chill out a little bit and decompress from all the workload. So that's really what I look forward to for the holidays, is just spending some time away from the grind for a little bit.
Yeah.
Helps you appreciate the grind. It helps you like really appreciate what you like about the grind, but then getting right back to it.
But you'll still be working out, like yourself
Yeah, I
personally.
mean, when I say a break, I just mean like it's like 2 days. So,
Yeah. So I'm sure you know who Dustin Poirier is.
mhm.
So something that he recently said, and I'm paraphrasing it, is every fight is a different stage in your life emotionally. How do you train yourself and your fighters, your students, to separate emotions from the mat, if that makes sense?
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends on the fighter. I think that some fighters do a really good job of channeling emotions, and some fighters don't do a great job of channeling emotions. So I think it's just case by case basis. Some people really thrive in that situation and can use the emotion in a really positive way to help their performance. And for other fighters, it becomes like a deterrent and takes the focus away from their performance, and they get kind of caught up in the emotion. So I think it's just a case by case basis.
That's true. That's very, very true. Very interesting. Okay. Who would you rather bare knuckle fight with? Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson?
For me, probably Mike Tyson.
Why?
I just feel like if I lose to Mike Tyson, I know he's going to knock me out. I'll be unconscious. It won't really hurt that much. I'll wake up.
Okay.
It'll be over. I'll probably have a
It'll
really
be over.
good day. If I fight Muhammad Ali, he's going to like jab me to death if I lose. He's going to like punch me a bunch of times. It's bare knuckle. My face is going to be all cut up. It'll be much more of a mess for me, I think.
That's true. All right. So please tell us where we can find your gym, sponsor your gym, etc., etc.
Yeah, Instagram is where we're at most, where we spend the most time. You can find us at Kaizen Tampa. Yeah, Instagram's really it. That's where we are kind of the most active at and post the most videos, and where you can get a hold of us if you want to come try out a class. So Kaizen Tampa.
Where are you guys located?
We're like South Tampa, like West Tampa on Howard Avenue and 275, basically.
Ooh, the nice side of town.
Nah, near the nice side of
Okay.
town.
Okay. Last question, then I'm gonna let you go. So I'm sure that this is a question that you get asked often. And how much personal responsibility do you take on yourself if one of your students doesn't win?
I think that what I'm learning as a coach is like we prepare as best as possible.
Oh wait, one second. Oh wait, I can't hear you. No, still can't. Try let me type this in. How do I type anything? Try to log off and then log back in again. Okay. Sign language. I'm loving these talks with the coaches. I think it's so cool to see like how their mindset has like melted into their students, if that phrasing makes sense, guys. I'm also trying to stop using that phrase, by the way, if that phrasing makes sense. Okay, we're back.
What was I talking about? Or responsibilities?
How much personal responsibility do you take on?
Yep. So I think that best to prepare the fighter, and I really go out of my way. I put a lot of hours in. I think I put in more hours than any other coach in the immediate area in Tampa for sure, because I basically train with all of them. So I know what it looks like, and so I'm already going above and beyond. So once they get in the cage, it's really on them. Whether they win or whether they lose, it's on them. I don't take credit for the wins. I don't take overly credit for the losses. Sometimes we make some mistakes and we make the adjustments. Sometimes we do things that work out really well. But honestly, at the end of the day, it's them in there, and all the glory should go to them. And obviously, we take some responsibility for the mistakes that we made. If I could have done a better job as a coach, I want to definitely work on those things. But I try to be as hands off as possible once they're in there. All the glory should kind of go to them, and the responsibilities on them as well.
True. That was very humble response.
Just learning as I go.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Vince, and I cannot wait to see you next week.
Cool. Thank you. I'll see you next week.
Have a good one.
Bye.